Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai coming at you live with a video. As you all know, I usually am into sword play. That's my major thing. I'm a swordsman. And I train with basically a short nodachi. Yes, I have come to acquire the knowledge that my tachi that I train with most of the time is not actually a tachi. It is a shorter version of a nodachi because this thing's like 51 1/4 inches, and the blade is actually an inch longer than my draw length is able to perform iaito with easily. So later on when I either get the materials to forge a blade myself, or when I later on purchase a bigger blade, I will from Swords of Northshire. When I put in the custom blade length, I'll put in like a 35-inch blade instead of a 36. But that's not what I wanted to make this video about. So I spent the better part of the afternoon today making these nunchucks. And I know what you're thinking, Outlaw Samurai, why do you have two nunchaku? Historically, they only use one nunchaku to fight. I figured that out very quickly when I tried to twirl these damn things and they kept bumping into each other. But the reason I made these nunchaku is twofold. One, my birthday is coming up, and I decided to treat myself to an early birthday present by making a set of training nunchucks. And while these are made of cheap dowels you can get at Walmart, I think these are like the 3/4 inch ones. Well, I did make these out of cheap dowels, gutted paracord, and duct tape with some eye-rings in the middle that have been super glued into place. So it's an extremely strong construction. These will hurt when they hit somebody. It is wood, and it is solid wood. It may be pine, but it is still solid wood. Now, I have made nunchuck-like objects in the past, and literally the only thing I've ever been able to do is that one move where you go like this. And this is good for like show, like showing off your skill. Like the faster you can do that, the better you are, as I am to understand it. But in any case, the reason I made nunchaku really is so that I could learn how to fight with them, because I have been given the understanding that my repertoire of weaponry that I'm accustomed to fighting with is rather limited to single or two-sword style. So I'm going to broaden my fighting horizons, starting with nunchaku, and then moving on to bow staff and other historic martial arts weapons. However, don't expect me to do ninja shit, like Hollywood ninja crap. I'm not doing like shadow clone jutsu or Rasen shuriken. I know those are Naruto references, but the point of the matter is I'm not going to be doing like Hollywood ninja shit with these damn things. Now, I am going to attempt to practice using nunchaku against a sword sparring friend of mine, because I don't have permission to give out his name. I'm going to call him the Backwoods Knight. And Backwoods Knight, or in this case Outlaw Knight, because I am no longer Outlaw Samurai. I am Outlaw Samurai, no longer Backwoods Samurai. So Outlaw Knight, I will attempt to make a sparring video with him when I have the time. I am going to attempt to make sparring videos this year and see how I stack up against others who have professional training. I have no access to professional trainers that teach nunchaku in my area. So I'm going to basically do what the original creators of the nunchaku, the citizens of Okinawa, Japan, were the ones who originally created the nunchaku, as far as I'm aware. And that's basically learn how to use these things on the fly. I mean, that's how all martial arts started. A guy who started wailing on people probably was like, you know, this way of punching is more effective than like this way of punching or something like that. And he started, I'm assuming the world's first ever martial artist that really sat down and was like, okay, I'm going to create this fighting style. I'm going to call it Kung Fu, for example, because I'm assuming that's how the ancient Chinese invented Kung Fu. There was a bunch of people who started realizing that, okay, if I move like this, I can get more power in my punch. Or if I dodge like this, I can instantly counter his attack, or something like that. Martial arts, as we know it today, originally was a bunch of guys who got weapons in their hands, or in the case of Kung Fu, either barehanded or with weapons, and they started beating the hell out of other guys who were trying to mug them. So to say that somebody cannot learn martial arts without an instructor is not entirely true. Learning martial arts that have already been established, you can, like Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, Kenjutsu, Tai Chi, those martial arts have already been established. There's schools for them. There's hundreds of different styles in them. But, like I said, the original masters of all these schools basically were just a bunch of guys trying to keep them from getting killed on their way to trade or travel or anything like that. So to say that the modern person cannot take a martial arts style where he or she, like, okay, I see them like going like yeah, yeah, yeah. So maybe if I go yeah or yeah, I could tweak it a little bit to change it into my own personal style. Because that's how martial arts spread. People saw the martial artists perform their techniques in battle, they wanted to learn it to defend themselves, and then they created their own styles based off the originals. So to say that you can't learn a martial arts style or create one on your own without any prior knowledge of the martial arts is not entirely true, in my opinion. Because I created my Howling Wolf style basically the same way as Bruce Lee created Jeet Kune Do. I witnessed all these different sword techniques. I witnessed all these different sparring videos on YouTube. I took bits and pieces from them. I tried the techniques in real life, and I developed my own based off of them. And I created my own martial arts style, to which I am the master and only real member of. However, it is not recognized as an official martial arts style yet because I haven't gone up against an actual master that has been licensed. But I do know a 3-time world champion martial artist that I can put my style up against at a later date. I will most likely attempt to videotape that for all of you. He's my manager at work, Roger. Shout out to Roger. 3-time world champion in I think it was the elderly class that he was in, not like elderly like in walkers or anything, like elderly as in like his age, like the 50-year-old bracket. I don't know how the hell they make the brackets for those tournaments or anything, so I'm going to stop before I say something stupid. But yeah, so I made these nunchucks to broaden my horizons in the martial arts, And I might make a bow staff or something later on and reveal them. I am also going to be getting sai as well, so I'm going to be learning so I'm going to try to master my own versions of the one sword style, to expand the Howling Wolf style into Howling Wolf style nunchaku set, Howling Wolf style sai set, Howling Wolf style bow staff set, Howling Wolf style one sword style, Howling Wolf style two sword style. But that's all I wanted to say. I have a tendency of rambling on in my videos for God knows how long. But yeah, it costs like $23 to get all the materials to make these two nunchaku. And the most expensive thing was the paracord. If I hadn't bought the paracord, it would probably been like 10, 15 bucks. Not even 15, probably just 10 bucks. But in any case, with that in mind, until next time, my noble band of outlaws, Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all, be safe in using your weapons. Be safe in using. I forgot my own outro. I forgot my own outro. Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all, be safe in using your weapons. Damn it. I just can't think of it. Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all, be safe in using your weapons. Now I remember. Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all, be crazy rednecks, be safe in using your weapons, and I'm out. Peace. I forgot the crazy redneck part. See ya.